Alright guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric, and the PSVR2 hype is absolutely real right now. They just recently unveiled it during their state of play. They showed a lot of details about it. We're getting close to the finish line. But, as Wade Barrett from the WWE would say, I've got some bad news for you. Yeah, there is a slight little bit of disappointment in regards to the PSVR 2. We're going to take a quick look at this news article right here. So this is from the horse's mouth themselves. PlayStation VR 2 confirms a major drawback. So Sony just confirmed some disappointing news for potential PSVR 2 owners when the headset launches next year. So red flag. Yeah, of course, the title is clickbait, but depending on how you feel about it, this might be a little bit of a bummer, especially if you're looking forward to get a PSVR 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this goes on to say that PlayStation VR 2, which is Sony's next-gen virtual reality headset that's in development for the PS5, will not be backwards compatible with original PSVR games. Let's read that again, because I know some of you guys on the internet, it goes in one ear, goes out the other. The PSVR 2 is not going to be compatible with the original PSVR games. Yeah. A big, huge, mega bummer in the world of this, especially if you already have a PSVR and you have a library of games. Like for me, for example, I have tons of PSVR original games, like a lot. Some that are still even sealed, because to be honest, I never played the PSVR as much as I'd wanted to, mainly because I do get quite a bit motion sick. I get extremely motion sick, and I just haven't dug into them. But the fact that the new PSVR 2 is not going to have backwards compatibility is a bit of a bummer, but let's go ahead and check back with this article. So this goes on to say that the PSVR 2 headset is set to make significant advancements, introducing new controllers and other features that will apparently make it difficult for the new headset to be compatible with older games. This is likely disappointing news for VR fans who already have a collection of original PlayStation VR games that they were hoping to play using the PlayStation VR 2 headset. So that's exactly me. That's exactly me. After all, the original PlayStation VR headset had been around for 6 years at this point. Wow. I didn't even know it was already 6 years. Holy smokes. And it's seen some significant virtual reality releases in its time, including the highly rated Astro Bot Rescue Mission, fan favorite music rhythm game Beat Saber, and more. So yeah, just the thought of some of the titles that came out, like Batman VR, Rescue Mission, Beat Saber. There's quite a few. Even Resident Evil 7 Biohazard had some pretty good VR in it. Now, this was just recently on the official PlayStation podcast, where the president, or not the president, but somebody that works at PlayStation, forgive me if I'm wrong, I believe the article talks about it. It wasn't Jim Ryan. You know, Jim Ryan makes a lot of fuck-ups, but not as me, evidently. But it says PlayStation, and forgive me for pronouncing this right, Hideki Nishino explained in the latest episode of the official PlayStation podcast that the PlayStation VR 2 has new controllers and eye tracking that wouldn't necessarily work with older VR titles that were made with the original headset and PS Move in mind. So yeah, I know it was a questionable decision for Sony to use the PlayStation Move controllers. We got new controllers coming up. So there is a way to play with the original PlayStation VR. You get an adapter. Originally, they were giving this adapter away free, actually, before the PlayStation 5 came out. I ordered one. I think they're for sale now, if you look up. But you can still use your original PSVR with your PS5. But the main bummer, and that this article talks about, is that you're not going to be able to play your original games with the new PlayStation VR. So the PSVR 2, all those games that you have, you're going to have to keep your original PSVR around just to use those. And that's kind of a bit of a hassle. Like, what, you're just going to unplug one headset and plug the other one in anytime you want to switch between the games? I don't know. That just doesn't seem too consumer friendly if you're to ask me. Now, is there a chance that maybe eventually down the road, Sony might provide patches or updates for these older games for you to be able to play? Yeah, that's 100% probably going to happen. But here's the main question. Is it going to be free updates, or are you going to have to pay full retail? Or is it going to be like a lot of the PS4 games that got next-gen patches where you pay like $10 and you get like the new updated versions? Who knows? Signs to me point that if they decide to upgrade these but sell them at full retail for the $70, that's going to be met with a lot, and I mean a lot, of backlash. But let's go ahead and continue reading this article. That says, the good news is that while PSVR2 headsets will not be able to play, the original headset could still be used. So I just mentioned that. That's the only way to access the PSVR library as of this time. Like, once the PSVR2 comes out, you're not going to be able to play. Even if it's a digital edition of the game that you got, you're not going to be able to play those games because it's not going to be compatible with the features that the PSVR2 have. And this goes on to say that, yeah, it's hard to see Beat Saber skipping the PSVR2, so maybe there'll be older games that make a jump, some of the heavy hitters. I would assume Resident Evil Biohazard might get a patch. Resident Evil Village is being developed for the PSVR2. So you can see this goes on to say that there are PSVR2 titles coming. Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Firewall Ultra. So there's a lot of hype behind this PSVR2. The hype is real. I'm excited for it. I had plans to pick it up, but it's going to be for a pretty penny. I honestly think the PSVR2 is going to be as much as the PlayStation 5, which, like, the $500 range. I don't know. I don't know if I could justify it, because my MetaQuest was only $200, and that apples to oranges, I guess. The PSVR2 is probably gonna be way more powerful than even the new Quest that'll be coming out. But the fact that it doesn't have backwards compatibility kind of chaps my butt a little bit. But I guess it's something that we'll get over. It's first world problems, right? For now, I'm just gonna have to keep both of them and rotate. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this is slightly disappointing, and I hope Sony doesn't try to charge us full price by re-releasing these older games for a PSVR2 format. They should have really took factor of a way to make them compatible, and I guess the controller does mess it up. It's always the controller's fault, right? It's always the controller. That was the excuse for the Amico. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching.